Hi, I'm Deborah, and welcome to Radiant Health Yoga. Today's quote is by Walt Whitman. As to me, I know of nothing else but miracles. And let us come into a comfortable seated position on your mat. And if you'd like to have your legs crossed, go ahead and cross your legs. And if you prefer to extend your legs or begin by having a blanket underneath yourself, underneath your knees, feel free to go grab one and come right back. And resting your palms either up toward the sky or down toward the earth. Close your eyes and begin to notice how you feel at this moment. Is there a sense of lightness in your body? A sense of heaviness in your body? Is there something in between those two that you notice about yourself at this moment? And as you draw your next breath in, see if you can feel the slight lengthening, expanding side to side, and a bulging forward and back through that breath within. And as you exhale, how your body softens into that open space. Sense your sits bones into the earth and how your legs yield down toward the earth. Easy energy rising up and down your spine. The softness around the throat and the neck. And the crown of your head effortlessly reaching toward the sky. And then reaching down to the earth with your hands, the arms spread wide as they lengthen and rise to the sky and draw into your heart center. And twice more in that cycle, reaching to the earth, rising to the sky, and drawing into your heart. Once more, easy breath, moving with your fluid movements, and then pausing when you return to your heart. And take a moment here thinking about the quote from Walt Whitman, and how can you apply that to an intention to your practice in creating an affirmation for your practice? Or perhaps in how you dedicate your practice to someone else who could use some extra tender, loving care this day. And rising back up to the sky, blossom open, sending that thought out into the universe, and may it manifest itself in your life or in the life of another. And we are going to begin our practice today down on our backs. So coming down, roll down on the side of your body, and then melt onto your back. If you have anything in the back of your hair, take that out so you can allow the back of your head to really melt down into the earth. And take a deep breath. Have your hands on your belly for a moment. And as you draw that breath in, you can feel your belly bulging toward the sky, and you can feel your back, the breath bulging toward your back into the earth. One more breath, sensing that the bulging as well as a lengthening of your breath and the expansion side to side. And then walk your feet out about mat width apart. Allow the legs to roll in toward each other and draw your arms out into a T or a low V, whichever one feels best for your shoulders. Back of your head resting into the earth. On an inhale, float the arms up toward the sky. Let your shoulders drop down. And on an exhale, crisscross the upper arms to drape your arms over your chest, and your fingertips are dripping toward the earth. Pause here for a breath. Next inhale, taking an imaginary sweatshirt off over your face. And as you exhale, keep your elbows softly bent as your arms slide along the floor to come back to that opening T or V of the arms. Inhale once again, the arms float to the sky, shoulders melt down to the earth. Opposite arm on top as you crisscross the arms, drape the arms over your chest, fingers melting toward the earth. Pausing here for a breath. And on your next inhale, the arms, take the imaginary sweatshirt off over your face. Keep your arms soft and slightly bent as they open and spread like wings back down to your side. Pausing here for a breath. And then walking your feet back in, bring the soles of your feet together to open up into a cobbler's position. And drawing the arms up toward the sky and pausing. Feel your shoulder blades into the earth and your shoulders dripping down. On your next breath, peel the shoulders away from the floor so your arms lengthen just a little bit in the direction of the ceiling, and then draw the shoulders back down. And as you repeat this a few more times, allow your legs to soften into their cobbler's position. Easy lengthening and a softening back down to the earth. See if you can maintain a softness around your face, even though you might feel some subtle movement around your throat, neck, and the back of the skull and its contact into the earth. Maybe 2 more times, depending on how slow you're moving. Your shoulder blades slightly slide away from your midline or from your spine. And then 1 more time. Shoulders come back down to the earth, and then soften the arms, let them float back down. Bring your feet back up to standing and walk your feet again out to the outer edges of your mat, and allow your legs to fall to the right as your head rolls to your left. And see if you can completely let go, especially at the back of the thighs, up around the groin. Breath at the back of the pelvis, right at the sacrum, the center point, that triangular bone at the pelvis, and your low and mid back. Inhale as you come back through center. Float the arms up toward the sky, shoulder blades and shoulders melt down. Peel the shoulders away, draw them back to the earth. Crisscross the arms over your chest. Inhale, take a breath in as the arms go over your face, and then softly come back out to your sides. Allow the legs to fall to the left and your head and eyes turn to the right. And taking a moment again to see where can you let go of holding any muscular tension, or if you're finding any effort in being in this place. On the exhale, melting back onto your back, your feet come to standing, and then your arms float up to the sky. Next breath, peel the shoulders away from the floor a little bit. Draw them back down. Opposite arm crisscrosses over the other, draping over your chest. Inhale as the arms go over your face, and that soft release back down to your sides. And take here another breath, feeling how it moves through your body and how you soften down into your mat a little more on the exhale. And draw your right knee in towards your belly and either keep your left, let me rephrase that. Draw one leg into your belly and either keep the other leg standing or feel free to lengthen it. Using your hands, gently pulse your leg a little towards you and then draw it slightly away. It's a small distance we're covering. And you really want your leg that you're rocking to be passive. Massaging inside the hip socket, massaging the back of your pelvis and your low back. Allow the back of your skull to continue to sink into the support of the earth. And then if you need to bend your opposite leg a little bit, go ahead and bend it. We're going into a full spiral twist. So taking that leg you're holding over to the opposite side. Let your arms come out to a comfortable place. And your head is rolling in the opposite direction of where your leg currently is. So you get a full body spiral twist. Really sense how your body can let go through your exhale. Your body expands voluminously on your inhale, and as you exhale, you soften into those open spaces. And then on your next exhale, draw the knee towards your chest as you roll back onto your back. Draw the opposite leg up to meet the other one you're holding. And on an exhale, peel the upper back away from the floor as you curve toward the direction of your lower half. Rest the upper body back down. Release the foot that you were previously holding down to the floor. And either keep it standing or go ahead and lengthen it as much or as little as you like. And now rocking your opposite leg. Again, you bring it in toward the belly and you move it slightly away. A fluid movement. It's a gentle rock. Check in with your breath to make sure you're not holding your breath. It's easy to do so. Make sure you have that escape of air. It lets everything out, anything unwanted. And then next time you draw the leg in toward the belly, go ahead and carry it over to the opposite side and let your head roll in the opposite direction of that top leg. Adjust your arms if you need to lower them any. Notice the weight of body parts into the earth and those that are not connected at all. How those body parts can breathe with the intention of releasing toward the earth. And on your next exhale, draw that thigh back towards your belly. Draw the other thigh up to meet it. And on an exhale, peeling the upper body so it can curve towards your knees, toward the lower half. And then release the upper body back down. Send one foot to the earth and then the other. Hands on your belly and go back to taking a slow, deep breath in. And roll to the side, the long side of your mat that draws you closer to looking towards your screen. And bring yourself up into what I call fourth position, seated position. So you have one leg bent in front of you, one leg bent, curving toward the back. So my right leg is in front, and I'm going to rise up and over. Hopefully I am mirroring you. but we will do two sides, so have no worries. One sits bones maybe hovering above the earth, one is weighted. You feel the hip coming down as you lengthen up and away on one side, and you soften through the curve on the other side. Open up the space, coming down onto your forearm. Lengthen through your top leg and extend open at the front of the ankle. And then lengthen the upper body away. So right now your toes are looking away from your body. And now think of your toes coming to look toward your screen so that you come into flexion, but your toes brought you to flexion. And then slide your heel a little further away, as if your leg were going to extend even more away from your hands. That's it. And then rising up. Coming back up, legs are about a mat width apart. And coming into windshield wipers. Following your front knee, you roll over your feet, you roll across your sits bones, you roll across your hands. And then your last one will bring you to your opposite side. So you have your other leg in front now. My left arm is reaching up and over toward the right, toward the opposite side of my leg. And thinking of a softness at the base of your skull and at the front of your throat. So you can easily think about nodding from the occipital point, which is a little bit higher at that knobby part at the base of your skull there. Above the neck, that you can nod your head. Make sure there's no tension, no holding. And then coming over onto your forearm, lengthen through that top leg, toes reaching toward the wall, far away from your fingertips. Lengthen. And then your toes start to come to look toward the screen, and then slide your heel a little further away. I think of the whole foot and how that can positively affect movement in the ankle. And then rising up, coming back to that about mat width apart. Look towards your back heel this time for windshield wipers. Windshield wipers. And one more time. Lengthen through your legs, rising up to the sky. Your knees can be softly bent or a lot. Draw into your heart. And take a slow, deep breath here. Rising back up to the sky, blossom open. And then draw yourself into child's pose, that nestling cocoon position. Knees can be together, knees can be apart, big toes are together. And reaching your sits bones toward the direction of your heels. Resting the upper body down over the legs toward the earth. Arms can be actively long with your elbows lifted. Elbows can be resting down, or perhaps it feels best to have your arms resting down by your thighs. Gives you a little bit more release through the shoulders and shoulder blades. Return your attention to your breath. And on your next inhale, lengthen your arms actively long, coming into downward facing dog. Shifting your weight forward and then pressing from fingertips through the heel of your hands. As energy rises up your arms, sits bones rise to the sky, and energy spiraling down and around your legs. If you like to have your legs bent, go ahead and have that flexion at your hips, knees, and ankles. Might give a little bit more release to your hamstrings, your lower mid-back. Your ears are between your upper arms. The softness around your lips. Inhale as you rise up to the ball of your feet. Come into a crouch position where your eyes are looking between your hands. This is half a crouching tiger. And in a moment, we will add an exhale and sticking your tongue out as far as you can as you exhale. Coming back. So we get to wake up all those facial muscles, eyes, your throat, your neck. Inhale, rise up to the ball of your feet. Exhale, crouching tiger. And then walk your way to the front of your mat, at the short edge of your mat. Rising up to the sky and rolling into your heart. Coming into mountain pose, palms forward. Feel your feet into the earth. Head floating toward the sky. Ears over shoulders, over hips, over ankles. Now we're going to move into breath of joy. And I will show you what breath of joy looks like. There are 3 inhales and 1 exhale, and it's as if you are conducting your favorite piece of music. So I'll show you once and then we'll do it all together. And inhale, and inhale, and inhale. And as you exhale and you release, I'm only bending as far to see my chest. So I'm not really going any further. I'm not engaging my hip flexors to come forward. So we'll do that 6 times. There's a real suppleness from the legs. Feel your connection into the earth. Here we go. We'll do it 6 times. Three more. Last one. And as you rise up, circle the arms back and around, and then draw the hands up into prayer. Moving into chair, begin the movement through the hip sockets, creasing there. Send your sits bones behind you as your weight shifts towards your heels. Take a little peek to make sure that both knees are in the same plane. And as we draw our left elbow to hover above our right thigh, again, watch that the left knee doesn't press forward. Another breath here. And then coming back through center, exhale to a bent forward fold, draping your torso over your thighs. Slide your hands on the floor back behind you, and as we rise back up, arms circle back to high and into your heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, moving into chair. Once again, your weight shifts back. Imagine you have a book between your thighs so that the thighs can't collapse in or roll out. Knees are in the same plane as we draw the right elbow to hover above the left thigh. Returning back through center and coming into your bent forward fold. So those sits bones are looking toward the earth. Your torso is draped over so the shoulder blades move slightly away from the center. Inhale, come your halfway up, whether your hands are gently to your shins or your thighs. Length from head through tail. Lift of the sits bones and energy from sits bones to heels. Exhale, bending through the legs. Draw your right leg back behind you. Rotate that leg 90 degrees. Heel aligned with your front heel. Rising up to warrior 2, looking beyond your left arm. We're going to move through a series of 3s. Starting through your warrior 2. Coming into a modified side angle. The left palm up toward the sky. Feel your weight through your front foot. A little press from the back leg, energy across the pelvis, out through this yearning thigh, over the knee, over the center of your ankle. Your left hand's going to spoke up as your right comes down. Flex through your hands and lean into your reverse warrior, into your back space with the upper body, even though the lower half is sending and pressing energy forward and out. The arms swoop down, warrior two. Coming into a double-armed reverse warrior, reaching up and back. Press through your front leg to lengthen that front leg. Keep reaching. And then arms circle down in front of your face and return to your warrior two. Side angle. You can either return to your modified side angle or you can lengthen both arms. One reaching toward the sky, simultaneously the other arm lengthening toward the earth. Feel that oppositional pull. Ease at the base of your skull. So you neither drop your head back or drop it forward. Nice and easy. Bottom arm spokes right up and back of the opposite arm. Flex through the hands. Feel as if you're pressing the air in two directions as your head leans and yearns toward a diagonal in the back space. And again, that front leg drawing forward. Circle down, warrior two. Both arms coming into your reversed warrior. Lengthen, press down and into that front foot. Reaching, yearning back. And as the arms come in front of your face, release through that front leg, warrior two. Last time on this side, coming into your side angle of choice. Arm bent, two arms lengthening. And as much as you want to reach down, there's that yearning up through the right side of your body. Bottom arm spokes up and through. Flex through the hands. Feel the air in the palm of your hands and through your fingers. Release down, warrior two. Both arms lengthening. Reach, lengthen into the space. And stay here with the upper body as you now bend through the front leg again. And if you like to come into a bind, your right arm's going to come down. Rotate, back of the hand can stop at the low back, up toward the waist or down toward the thigh. And feel a slight press of your hand in and down so that your upper body is moving away from that hand. And return, gazing into your warrior two. Release, pivot on the ball of your back foot, and on an exhale, give a little push and come in to meet the other foot. Uncurl your way up, rising back up and into your heart. Returning to your mountain pose. 3 breaths of joy and a breath in. Last one. Rising up, circle back behind. Hands rise up to your heart. Keep moving up toward the sky and coming into your forward fold. Begin with the flexion at the hip sockets as you come further out into space and then draw back in on yourself. Inhale, come your halfway up, hands to your shins or to your thighs. Exhale, bending through the legs. Draw your left leg back behind you. Rotate at 90 degrees and rise up into your warrior two. Easy gaze beyond that front hand. Side angle. Palm up to the sky. Maybe little miracles are dropping into the palm of your hand. And rising up. Flex through the hands. Feel the energy through the air as you lean into your back space and continue that yearning forward. Release the arms down. Both arms coming into your reverse warrior and then lengthen through that front leg. As the arms come down in front of your face, release through the legs, returning to your home base of warrior two. Side angle. Again, feel free to stay here. Use that arm to give yourself a lift so you don't collapse into your body. Keep that lift even as you lengthen through both arms. Imagine the air is helping to support you up there. Bottom arm spokes up as the other arm curves down. Press, feeling the air around the palm of your hands, through your fingers. And release down, warrior two. Both arms gather the space to reach into your back space. Press through that front foot and keep reaching, but you really feel that energy down the pelvis and through your legs and feet. Arms over the face, warrior two. Your last series, coming back to your side angle of choice. Bottom arm comes up. Press, reach. Release the arms, warrior two. Gather the air up and back. Lengthen through that reach, through your body. Everything's yearning in its respective directions. Keep the upper body here as you bend through that front leg and either stay here with the arms, add one arm, back of the hand can stop at the low back, around to your waist, down towards your hip. And release. Pivoting on the ball of your back foot. On an exhale, a little push to bring that leg in, and then rising back up to the sky and into your heart. Rising back up, interlace your fingers and draw the shoulder blades up, reaching your shoulders towards your ears, and then let the shoulder blades slide down, shoulders slide down, hands return to your heart. Opposite fingers interlace with the thumb on top. As you rise back, keep rising a little bit more so you feel your shoulder blades slide up, shoulders come up toward the ears, pointer fingers a little closer to the skies, and then shoulder blades down, shoulders down, hands into the heart. Inhale, rising back up and coming into a bent forward fold. Let the sits bones draw you down. Drape your torso over your thighs. And then bring yourself back down to the earth. And coming onto your back. And we'll finish going into drawing your one leg in towards your belly, lengthen the other leg. Exhale, draw the nose up in the direction of your thigh. Rest the upper body back down. And take that leg over to the opposite side once again. The arms rest out long. Head rolling in the opposite direction of your top knee. And drawing your attention back to your breath. On your next exhale, slide that thigh back in towards your belly. And then release the foot to the earth. Let it slide out. And slide the other thigh up towards your belly. Carry it over to its opposite side. And let your head gently roll away from your knee. On your exhale, draw that thigh back in. Release the foot to the floor and let it, oh no, Hold on to that knee one more moment longer. And on the exhale, draw the nose up in the direction of the knee. Release the upper body back down. Foot to the floor, slide it out. Bend your knees one at a time. Bring your feet to standing. Draw both knees into your belly. And take the arms and the legs up toward the sky. Let the shoulders drop down. And then shake, 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 shake vigorously, allowing the blood to come down and nourish along the lymph node channels into the hip and pelvic region, abdominal area, chest, shoulder, neck, and throat. And then like a ragdoll, release, let it drop. And slide your legs one at a time out nice and long. And pausing here for a breath or two in your quiet and stillness. And bend your knees and stand your feet. Rolling on to your favorite side. Take a little pause there. And using your hands, give yourself a press up to any comfortable seated position for yourself. Legs crossed, legs long. And palms resting up toward the sky or down toward the earth. And then reaching your hands to the earth. The arms rise once more to the sky, where they meet at the top and return to your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Be well. And thank you, everybody, for coming out and sharing in practice today. As always, it's a delight to share class with you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye.